Houston Mayor John Whitmire kept a campaign promise when he negotiated a historic settlement with Houston firefighters. Now, city leaders are squabbling over how to pay for the deal.
City Controller Chris Hollins offered some alternative numbers today and was immediately criticized by the mayor and the union president. Victor Jacobo was there and got reaction to what the city controller had to say. Victor, this issue seems far from settled.
Yeah, that's right, Len and Mia. City Controller Chris Hollins gave a presentation where he laid out scenarios for a less costly back pay settlement with the firefighters union. Council members who were here in attendance for that presentation say they are open to exploring those options, but the mayor and the head of the firefighters union rejected the controller's ideas.
Yeah, our commitment is to continue to work with you all, to continue to work with the mayor, city council, and other stakeholders to put the city of Houston on a pathway to fiscal sustainability, plain and simple.
The total cost of the entire proposed agreement with the union is about $1.5 billion. That includes back pay, interest, plus 5 years of raises. Chris Hollins today shared hypothetical scenarios for the back pay part of that deal. A significantly less costly back pay proposal for the firefighters union compared to the current deal of $650 million in back pay going back to 2017. Hollins says the city could reach settlements between $110 million and $380 million with the union based on raises similar to other public sector workers like other Texas firefighters, Houston police, and city employees.
I was optimistic to look at the scenarios.
Council members in attendance say they want to consider other ways to negotiate back pay with the union in an attempt to relieve the city of a larger financial burden when considering its other obligations.
We want to make sure that it's not fairness, it's equity, and we're giving the same investment into our other city employee groups as we are with the firefighters.
Now we have much more insight and clarification on what those numbers look like.
Marty Langton, president of the union, was also in attendance.
It's really disappointing to see the city controller politicize this issue.
Langton said he disapproved of Hollins using his office to insert himself into the issue.
He was not in the room for any of the negotiations, and for him to do this undermines Mayor Whitmire's administration, and we ask him to stop and to start working collaborative.
Mayor John Whitmire also reacted to the presentation, calling Hollins a Monday morning quarterback and adding he could not ignore the court's order to base firefighter pay off of the private sector and not other public workers. Now, Chris Hollins and council members I spoke with say they still haven't gotten copies of the settlement agreement contract that's already on the table to look at. Council members say they're going to talk it over with their colleagues and the city attorney to see how they can move forward. Now reporting live outside City Hall, Victor Jacobo, KHOU 11 News.
We'll see how this all gets resolved. Victor, thank you for the breakdown.